Viewer discretion is advised. Go where no man has gone before.
In your face. It'll knock your socks off.
Broadcasting from 74-degree downtown Cleveland, it's station WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and an Oscar. And, like always, the flashing G stands for your host, the grumpy old man, which is me, and we are brought to you by the mummified Grumpy Vulture Productions. I think I'm going to leave him wrapped up for another couple of days. The CEO's on vacation, so I won't hear it until he gets back. Oh, well, we're close. Yeah, 79. It got up to, it actually got up to 78. It was actually quite pleasant. I was going to wash the car, and then, what the hell happened? Oh, Marianne started to talk to me. I got sidetracked. Then I ran up for cigarettes, and I was, screw it. Hopefully, we'll have nice weather over the weekend, and then I'll give it oh, shit. I forgot to get the rim cleaner. Well, okay, I'll run up to the auto parts store, get the rim cleaner, and then I've got the tire magic. I got the soap. I got the foam cannon. Yeah. If it's nice over the weekend, what the hell? I ain't doing nothing for Bunny Rabbit Day anyway. So how you doing, Kathy? Yeah, Mike's a little crooked here. What the hell? Pay attention to what you're doing here, Grumpy. My other studio lamp came today, so now we have twin green studio lamps going, although they have a multitude of colors. I think we'll go through the color chart next week. Oh, these things, it's amazing, all the light, different colors in these. Of course, it arrives dead. Luckily, it took a charge, but I hate it when you take something out of the box and it arrives dead. And my fancy, I'll tell you what, I must have 90 flashlights. I bought another one. I got one, actually it was 2 for the price of 1. Temu, $3.80. 2 for $3.80. And I'll tell you what, these suckers, whoa, they are bright. And you always get that strobe light shit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then you have oh, oh, you have one of them fancy lights. Oh shit, blind myself. And you have a red beam. And then you have your police light special, flashing red and blue, which flashes a multitude of different combinations. And then you shut it off. USB rechargeable, 2 for $3.80. Have a belt clip. So I got one I put in the facade already, and this one will be for whatever. I don't know if I'll put it in the shit box. If I get the Corvette, it'll go in the Corvette. I got more goddamn flashlights. I have a whole collection of mag lights. I've got them from the little itty bitty AAA to AA, and then I've got the AA in white, red, blue, green, and that's the colors, not the flashlight color, the lens color. Then I have from 2-cell all the way up to 6-cell mag lights. Yeah, I have, what have I got? Three D-cell. Then I have one that takes 3 D-cells. Yeah, I have 3 that take 2 D-cells, one that takes 3, one that takes 4, one that takes 5, and one that takes 6, which is like what the police used to carry. They used them for fucking billy clubs. And then, you know, the lawyers and the, you know, everybody, oh, you know, you could kill somebody with that flashlight. Same thing, you know, no more billy clubs, you know, none of that shit. Matter of fact, it's time to dig them out and check the batteries. I got a box full of just mag lights. You know, I can't just own one. You have to have a multitude. And then when they come out with, you know, these, I got about probably 5 of these goddamn things. And then the headlamps, I think I've got 6 or 8 headlamps. Matter of fact, the last one I bought has got like 8 lights in it. I got more goddamn flashlights than America's got illegal aliens. But like I always say, 1 is good, 2 is better, 5 is best. Oh, Christ, I forgot about these. Oh, man. Yeah, these fancy ones. I like these. They got that magnet on the bottom of them. It's like a little miniature fluorescent light. And then there's a light on the end of it. Also rechargeable. I got 3 of these. Like I say, I got I gotta quit going on fucking Temu. Jesus Christ. These were in a 3-pack for $6 and well worth the price. But everywhere you look in this house, a flashlight here, flashlight there, headlamp. Same thing. Now, this headset, my son got me for Father's Day like 5 years ago. I love talking on these. And then I got this stereo one off of Temu for $8. You can listen to music. You can talk on your cell phone. Oh, I love these. You look a little strange walking through the store with them, you know, but hey. I used to wear them a lot, but I don't answer the phone while I'm driving anymore. There's enough distractions out there. I don't need to be distracted by phone calls. Oh, and I've got the small ones. Well, I can't remember where I put that one. Don't know where it's at. You know, the little one that goes on your ear and it's got the microphone that comes out. I don't know where I put it. I rearranged everything. I can't find shit anymore. Where the hell did I put that headset? I haven't the slightest idea where I put it. You can tell how much I use it since I can't find it. It used to be right here, but I moved it. I have no idea where I put it. No idea. I'm looking at everything I have hanging on hooks, and I don't see that headset. The hell? Everything should be here. It's not there. It's not on the lower batch of hooks. It's not on the upper. I'll be damned. Well, it's not like I'm going to use it tomorrow, but I don't know where I put it. I'll be out in the kitchen looking for, you know, a certain size pan, and I'll go, oh, I know where the headset is. Then I'll run in here, get the headset, and then forget what I was doing in the kitchen. You know. Oh, well. It's not that I need it right now, although I'd like to know where shit is. I'm looking at all the hooks. Every hook is filled except with a headset. I'll be damned, I have no idea where I put it. Every hook has got something on it. Except the headset. Oh well. Not important. See, I shouldn't move shit. That's the problem. Every now and then I get a bug in my ass to rearrange, like, oh, I don't like where them cables are. I'll move them here. I'll move them. And then when I go to look for something, I can't find it. You too? Did you look at the email I sent you? Easy. Yeah, I clicked on that article and I looked at picture 1 and picture 2, and I was about to close it, and then I spun to picture 3. And I said, that is today's mentality. Well, look at picture 3. And it says basically, it speaks for itself. The mentality of today's society. I can't believe she actually posted that. Although I can't believe she posted most of the pictures, especially one with she's standing there holding her kid upside down. Take a look at it in your spare time, and after you've gone through all them pictures, let me know, and then we'll have a discussion about it. Because right now you don't understand what I'm talking about. But it's absolutely disgusting, and it shows the mentality of today's society. Mainly picture 3. Picture 3 says a lot. But now that I've got you totally confused, Jay, I'll tell you, I watched a video today, and it really proves how broken our legal system is. This happened on I-71 in Ohio. A trooper pulled over to get an obstruction out of the road. It was on the right. So, unfortunately, instead of pulling off on the berm, he blocked the right lane to get whatever this, I don't know if it was a muffler or a piece of metal. He gets out of his cruiser, and he did not, like they are well, it might not have been a thing with them, but police officers are instructed anytime they make a stop on the roadway, they're to cock their wheels to the left So in case somebody hits the cruiser, the car will veer off rather than, well, unfortunately, his wheels were straight. State trooper. He gets out of the car and he's about maybe 8 feet in front of his car. This woman out of Florida, 29 years old, on a multitude of drugs because they found all kinds of syringes in the front seat, some still filled with various illegal liquids. She's doing about 80 miles an hour. She rams the ass end of the state trooper's cruiser. It hits him. He goes over the hood, through the windshield. The car does a couple of 360s. He gets thrown 150 feet out of his fucking shoes. He basically suffered a broken leg and head injuries, which ended his career. She gets 5 years. She could have killed that trooper. They plea bargained it down to 5 fucking years. That prosecutor should be run out of town on a rail. You know, this is the way today's legal system is. Plea bargain it away, get it off the docket, plea bargain it away. Yeah, they plea bargained it down to 5 fucking years. The ass end, the trunk of the Dodge Charger was compressed against the back seat. They said the spare tire, which is mounted up behind the back seat, was shoved through all that metal work, and it pushed the back seat against the back of the front seat. They looked in, there was a spare tire. There were multiple syringes on the seat of her car. There were multiple witnesses that said she was doing 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, weaving in, back and forth, in and out, in and out, in and out. Ends the trooper's career. He did recover, but they didn't say, you know, what his mental capacity is, because he went through the fucking windshield and then back out of the car. And they plea bargained it down to fucking 5 years. Christ, she should have got 25. But all these goddamn prosecutors, all they want to do is just clear the cases, clear it away, plea deal. Because they don't want all this, you know, what they would refer to as little shit. Because, you know, they want to try the big murder trials. Five fucking years. Christ, she was driving I can't remember if was an Explorer or an Expedition. The fucking engine was into the dashboard. The ass end of the Charger was folded up against the back window. And she launched him 150 feet. And they showed, knocked him right out of his fucking shoes. Boots. He had on military boots. Knocked him fucking right out of his fucking boots. Although the amazing thing was, they found his body cam, and it was still recording when they found it. It was undamaged. So they not only saw the hit from the dash cam, but then the aftermath of him flying through the air. And they plea bargained it down to 5 fucking years. Absolutely disgusting. And I see this shit constantly. Because I watch a shitload of court cases. I'll tell you, the prosecutor that really irritates the shit out of me is that, oh, what the hell's his name now? He's always in Judge West's courtroom. Oh, I can't remember his name. He plea bargains the shit out of everything. All they want to do is clear the case, clear him. Our legal system's in the sewer in this country. Although the British legal system isn't much better. You know, they'll give somebody life. 18 years. How the hell is life 18 years? Or 20 years? The only time somebody gets real life is if they get what they call a whole life sentence, which means you are incarcerated for your whole life. Because I every now and then I'll watch the British stuff. And they're like, I hereby sentence you to life. 22 years. What? That's not life. That's 22 years. Although they still and their court system goes back, you know, like to the 1400s. And the holding cells are down like in the fucking dungeon. And the judge will say, you know, I sentence you to life, 22 years. Take him down. And they take the guy down the stairs and lock him up. I wouldn't want to be in their court because you stand. They call it the dock. You stand for your whole trial. And sometimes trials go 5, 6, 7 weeks. And you're standing. Now, some judges let them sit. And you're a spectacle because the dock is up on a platform. So everybody in the courtroom can see you. Their courtrooms are laid out cool. And then basically, you don't hear all rise. Before the judge enters the courtroom, he knocks 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. People stand. The judge comes out, sits down, be seated. But I love at the end of the sentence when the judge goes, take him down. And they take him down. Down into the dungeon. But yeah, the dock, they call it the dock. And it's raised platform. Everybody in the courtroom can see you. Which I really like because you're a spectacle, right? You're a public spectacle. And your lawyer don't sit next to you. The barrister or the solicitor or whatever, they sit down in front of the judge. You're up there. And of course, you know, the judges with their wigs and their fancy red coats. And I hope the courtrooms are air conditioned because, man, those coats are made out of wool. They're still made like they were back in the 1600s. Yeah, their court systems are cool. The way they're laid out. And the judge is up on a platform and kind of looks down at the barristers, you know. Then everybody wears a wig. The barristers have like judges' robes in black, and they wear a wig. Everybody, they're still into the wigs over there. Because, oh, who the hell was telling me? Nomad was telling me that when you become a solicitor, or I don't know what the difference between a solicitor and a barrister is, but once you like get your law license, you have to go out and buy your wig. And they start at like 2,000 pounds. And the fancier the wig, the higher the price. Oh, yeah. Now, if it's a real serious case, like say it's a murder, it goes down to the court called the Old Bailey, which is one of the original courts in London that dates back to like fucking 1500s. Now, of course, they, remodeled the building over the years, but the Old Bailey is the original, and that's for real serious cases. If you're going to the Old Bailey, oh, your ass is grass, man. You might as well plead guilty and get it over with. Yeah, every now and then I love watching the British courts. And, like if they have a legal expert, maybe in America, a legal expert will be on the stand maybe 2 days. Sometimes their legal experts are on the stand 3 weeks. I don't know what kind of questioning they do. Because I remember this one case, they had that plant expert. I still can't remember what the hell her title was. And she said, I gave testimony for 3 weeks. I was like, what did they do? Ask you about every plant on Earth? But their court system is interesting to say the least. It's very regimented. If there's an objection, the attorney has to stand and be granted permission to speak. Not like you see, objection, Your Honor. He will stand, and then he will be noticed and given permission to give his objection. Then there's a lot of discussion that goes on back and forth. Then either the objection is granted or denied. And none of this sidebar shit like we see, they don't do none of that sidebar shit. But it's very, very interesting to watch the British courts. But like I say, their life sentences are not life. That's the joke. The judge will say, I sentence you to life. 23 years. What? The only time you get life is if the judge says, I sentence you to whole life. Oh. Really? So the The solicitor is like a paralegal. A lawyer slash paralegal. And a barrister is the real lawyer. Very interesting. I never bothered to look that up. Now I know. I wonder how a solicitor becomes a barrister. Yeah, I could never figure that out. Because, you'll hear, like if somebody gets arrested and they appoint them a solicitor. And then in court, it's a barrister. Oh, so the solicitor has to do all the grunt work, and then the barrister tries the case. Must be nice. Well, not to be a solicitor. What a interesting legal system. That's got to go back eons. Wow. So the solicitor does all the grunt work. Very interesting. Well, I got an education. So a certain ex-subscriber would be a solicitor. Interesting. Yeah, I'll tell you, their court system is extremely regimented. Very dignified, too. Nothing like ours. Although I'll tell you, when it comes time for a judge to pronounce sentence, oh my God, it takes him like 2 fucking hours. Jesus Christ. They go back almost like to when the guy was born. Like here. Judge goes to pronounce sentence. All right, maybe it'll take a judge 20 minutes, half hour at the longest. I've never seen a judge go an hour pronouncing sentence. Over in England, oh, you could fall asleep waiting for him to say 20 years, 30 years, Although the judge will explain the crime in detail. Every minute little detail. But it takes them forever. You would think wearing a wool fucking coat and wearing a wig, you'd want to get it over with already. But it's cool when the judge comes out, he bows. Before he sits down, he bows to the court. Hold that wig. I like, every now and then, I'll watch. Well, I can't go too much past 3 cases. It takes all day to watch some British stuff. Because if your case ends up going to the Old Bailey, you get the #1 prosecutor in the country. It would be like the U.S. Attorney General. If you're at the Old Bailey, you might as well plead guilty. And they really don't like it when they start a trial and then the defendant decides to plead guilty. Oh, they don't care for that shit. Oh, isn't #3 the real mentality? It kind of speaks for the whole ethnicity. We'll leave it at that. Like what's on their mind all the time. And then the ones with her holding the kid by the ankles, upside down. After #3, I decided to look at all of them. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I could see her holding the kid by his ankles going, can I have a big, like 24 by 36 blow up of that one so I can hang it in my living room? Yeah, that's picture #3. That's like I say, that's the mentality. That speaks for the mentality. I think she thought it was funny. How do you get a photographer to agree to take them pictures unless it was, well, it was in the studio. It's obvious it was in the studio. How do you convince a photographer to take some of them pictures? That would have been the farthest thing from my mind. Let me hold my kid up there. I wonder if the kid's name was AK. And then to post them for the world to see. I don't know what got me, or looking at some of the ridiculous pictures, or that they were posted for the world to see. Oh, well, it's Sunday finest. Like I said, we were dressed in suits, ties, girls like prom dresses, very formal. Parents dressed formal. I kind of like the fat rolls hanging over the pants, That was impressive. Love handles, hell, those were container freighter docking rings. Jesus. I wonder how many people were at the bottom of the stairs holding them pants so that she could jump from the second story into them, because there's no way she'd put them on without help. And then put them on the internet. I tried just copying a couple of the pictures, but they were in a format that doesn't allow you to copy them. So that's why I sent you the whole article. Hell. I thought Boots left me a hairball. It was just a wad of fur. He was in here cleaning and preening earlier, because we're getting into spring, so it'll be shed time. Because although I hate to see him get his summer coat, because his chest is so soft and fluffy, and then he gets a summer coat and all the fluffiness goes away. Don't mention his name. He'll be coming in here thinking it's feeding time. I've had utter peace and quiet for 2 days now. I hope for the whole weekend. I don't know where he vanished to. All I know is I saw him with a big backpack and out the door. Works for me. I don't have to listen to rep crap. I doubt if he's at Mommy's, because she wouldn't put up with him. He went somewhere, I don't know. The peace and quiet is unbelievable. Actually, the first day, it kind of bothered me. I was like, boy, it's quiet in this house. Now I'm loving it.
I love it.
I haven't had peace and quiet like this in ages. My ceiling isn't thumping from his stereo up there, you know. Where he went, I don't know. Don't bother me. He's over 18. You don't have to tell me shit.
Wow!
I'm debating whether I'm going to go up and get me a little ham. I like them DAC canned hams. What are they, a product of Sweden or a product of Holland? Too bad we don't make them here. They're perfect for 2 meals. Because I got Hungarian sausage. All I'd have to do is make mashed potatoes and green bean casserole. I could have my Easter feast. Yeah, I just might do that. They're cheap enough. Well, they were. All depends on what the tariffs are. That $3 canned ham could be $9 by now. You know, that's another thing I haven't seen. In the grocery stores, you used to see the big canned hams. I haven't seen a big canned ham in ages. But I like them little DAC or DAK, little canned hams. They're perfect for, like I say, 2 meals. And they're tasty. I put them in the oven. I put a little glaze on it. Warm it up. Yeah, I dress it up. I put a couple of pineapple rings on it, some cherries, pour the glaze over it. And I take a magnifying glass, and it looks like a big ham. And I take it out of the oven, and like, oh. But they are tasty. I've been getting them for years. Boy, oh, man. My sister was telling me that they get a 4-day holiday. So they're off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you volunteer to work Thursday, it's time and a half. If you volunteer to work Friday, it's double time. If you volunteer to work Saturday, it's triple time. And I think she said her normal rate is $38.75 an hour. I said, did they volunteer for Saturday? She said, hell yes. Triple time. And we wonder why the average vehicle is $40,000. Triple time. Of course, like she said, when you reach a certain figure, the taxes kill you. Goddamn spam phone calls. Yeah, they're... Who the hell? Calling fucking back to back? I don't recognize the number. That's a 216 area code. I don't recognize the phone number. Leave a voicemail. No voicemail. I change my ringtone. I change it monthly. Then the phone will ring and I'll go, is that my phone? Oh yeah, I changed the ringtone. Well, no voicemail. Must not have been important. You call me twice, back to back, and you don't leave a voicemail. I guess it wasn't important. If it wasn't so irritating, I would just let it go to voicemail, because my voicemail says, if I don't recognize your number, I don't answer. If it's important, leave a voicemail in detail and I will return your call. Must not have been important. Yeah, you like that ringtone? It was between Wipeout and Phenomena. Phenomena. Maybe I'll do Phenomena the next time. Oh, I'll have to look and see if I got crickets. That's kind of cool. I never thought of crickets. I had cats screeching. Like cats in a cat fight. Oh my God, it drove Boots crazy. All the fur would stand up on... He'd be looking around. Where are them cats? Who's in my house? I only had that one for a couple of days. I was like, Yeah, it was like... It sounded like 4 cats fighting. And, oh man, he could be sound asleep. He'd jump up in the bed, the fur would stand up. Who's in my house? Then he'd go looking around in all the rooms. Where's them cats? I get them, Kathy, off an app called Zedge. Zedge. And they're free. Now, they do have some you can buy, but 99% of the ringtones are free. So I go on there every couple of weeks, pick out one, download it. Matter of fact, my kid told me about that app. It's the only one that I've really downloaded. Yeah, I would say maybe like every 3 weeks. Although the cat screeches, I only had that for a couple of days. Because when he told me about it, I said, I ain't paying for no goddamn ringtones. And he goes, whoa, 99% of them are free. Yeah, I've had Zedge on my phones for a couple of years. And it's almost like Temu. If you name it, they got it. Now, I have searched for some stuff, and it's not available. But, man, last month I had marches. There must have been 100 different marches to download for free. And then I put in rock and roll in the search, and I think Wipeout was like the third one, and I was like, oh, I'll put that on the phone for a while. But then I forget, and the phone rings, and I'm like, is that my phone? Oh yeah, I changed the ringtone. Oh, ever since I downloaded it, I go crazy. But then I forget that I changed it. Yeah, I'll keep Wipeout on there for a couple weeks, and then I'll go to something else. I had some Elvis stuff on there for a while, and the Screeching Cats for about 2 days. Man, I'll tell you what. The phone would ring, and within a split second, he would be up in the fur. It looked like he stuck his nose in a light socket. Where's them cats? What are they doing in my house? Well, he'll be in here. Try it again. Nope. I guess he figures, the hell with that cat. It's only one. There was an app. It was when I got the new phone. I would say about 30% of my apps didn't transfer. I can't remember the name of the app, but if you didn't know the name of a song and you could hum it or whistle it or even sing it close to what the song was, it would tell you the name of the song and bring it up. And it got wiped off my phone. And I asked Dummy upstairs, and he hadn't used it in a long time. He couldn't remember what it was. Because every now and then I will hear a song, like a car driving by or something, and I'm like, oh, I'd like to have that. What the hell's the name of that song? And I can't remember what the name of the app was. Yeah, it was unique because all you would have to do is like hum it as close to the tune as possible, and it would pop up with the name of the song. I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, the one song. Well, I can't even think. Whatever. But I opened the app and I hummed it as close as I could. It popped up with it. I played it and that's it. And I'll be damned if I can find it. I searched like, name that tune. Nope, that wasn't it. What's that song? That wasn't it. I'm not sure. I haven't had it for, oh God, a couple years. I don't know if that one's it or not. I would have to experiment with it. But it was amazing how, I mean, like one song, I whistled it. And I wasn't like 15 seconds in and it popped up with a title. And then you play it and you yes or no, and it's an amazing app. Absolutely amazing. I can't remember if it's that or not. I guess I'll have to try it. Hum to search. It don't ring a bell, but, you know, That's 2 years back. I'm lucky I know how to spell my name. I'm getting a notification here. What the hell? Oh, hang on a minute. I got to get this text message here. Yeah, hang on a minute. That was his mother. She can't. She hasn't heard from him. Talk about somebody vanishing into thin air. Soundhound, Music Padilla, Audio Tag. Oh man, none of them are ringing a bell, but like I say, it's been like 2 years. Soundhound. No, none of them are ringing a bell. Musicpedia. What I would end up having to do is download them. I'm gonna have to try a few of them. But it was amazing. Just open the app, and then it's record, and you hum, and it comes up Bridge over River Kwai. That quick. I mean, I know that one, but it was amazing, and I really miss having that goddamn thing. Oh, I think I downloaded the song in here. The one that I couldn't. I heard somebody driving by, and I remember I was asking my kid, "Do you know this song? Do you know this song?" And he's like, "No," but he goes, and he opened the app on his phone. And I hummed it, and it came up with the damn song. I thought I saved the damn thing in here. Let me go through my music list. Oh, I could have swore I saved the damn thing in my tablet. Oh, it was by Christina Perry, 1,000 Years. And I hummed it, and it came right up with it. Yeah, and I saved it in the freaking tablet. Christina Perry's 1,000 Years. Yeah. Because I'm not up on a lot of these artists. And I miss that app. No, and you know what? I went through, I've got an old phone book. And I found her sister's number, but it's frickin' disconnected. So I'm going to have to drive over. I mean, it's just a couple of streets over. I'm going to have to drive over and talk to her sister. Because I couldn't find her address in Arizona. So I'm going to pop over and talk to her sister. As much as I don't want to talk to her sister because her sister is a real mooch. Especially since her car broke down and she got rid of it. It's like, oh, she see me coming down the street waving. Can you give me a ride? Can you give me a ride? Can you take me to the store? No. But I gotta find out what's going on because I got no email responses whatsoever. So I'm really getting worried. Especially, you know, when the hell did she have that mini stroke? This is April. I think it was January. No, it was longer than that. November, October, November. October, November. But they caught it right away, and she said the only problem, she was a little wobbly on her feet. And she was having a little memory problem, but as far as, you know, like she said, she was back driving to the store and what have you, and but for her not to respond, I mean, it's been a week and a half, so I'm really getting nervous. Oh, jeez. No, I'm not going to go look for him. His mother all worried. You're worried? You go look for him. See, he communicates with Mommy constantly. Me, he can walk past me and not even say hello. Now all of a sudden, oh, I haven't heard from him for 2 days. Well, neither have I. You want to go look for him? Come on over here and look for him. I'm not looking for him. This is coming from, and I don't care. This is coming from a woman that hasn't spoke to me in almost 30 years. And all of a sudden, we're all buddy-buddy. Oh, we're text messaging. Yeah, she would, well, I know part of the problem. Since her husband passed, all of a sudden we're lonely. 30 years. Like if she'd come and pick him up and I would happen to walk out, oh man, the look I got like she was eating a bowl full of lemons. Now all of a sudden, whoa. Hey, he talks to you daily. If he isn't answering the phone, it's obvious he don't want to fucking talk to you. I'm not going to go chase him. He's fucking going to be 42 years old. Living under my fucking roof for going on 3 years, no fucking job. I pissed her off a couple of months ago. I typed out a grocery list. And I sent it to her. And I said, don't just buy, what's on sale or this and that. And I said, here, keep them in groceries. Mustard, ketchup, mayo, Miracle Whip, Hellmann's, horseradish, hot sauce. It's amazing for somebody that doesn't like horseradish. I buy a bottle of horseradish and it's gone. So I sent her a big grocery list. She texts me back. What is this list? Don't you have condiments? Yeah, for me. I don't have, matter of fact, I said, I don't have condiments for freeloaders. Especially Hellmann's. That shit's expensive. I make out a grocery list and I'm like, well, let's see. Do I want to buy a gallon of gas or a bottle of Hellmann's? Well, your internet connection is working. You must have Spectrum. That's the only one that really works. I recommend it highly. I don't think you can be both in England. I think you're one or the other. Their legal system is real goofy. Especially if you want to be in court, you have to buy a wig. You have to buy a robe and a wig. I could see somebody in law school over in London. You mean when I graduate I have to buy a wig? Yes, you have to buy a wig. Do I have enough cord? I'll end up hanging myself here. Go! Go! Now this is going to look stupid. In order to be a barrister, you have to buy a wig. The hell with a briefcase, buy a wig. Come on, get out of my eyes. God, I don't know how women can have their hair like this. Jesus. I don't want to stay up there. Get up there. There. I look like a barrister. Got that off of Temu. $6. It's amazing what you can get off of Temu. I got the other one, but I'm not putting that one on. Yeah, that one is the barrister's wig, and then the other one I have is the judge's wig. My kid looks in here, he sees 4 wigs. He's starting to think his father's a cross-dresser, I guess. Because I got the judge's wig, I got the barrister's wig, I got the bro grumpy wig, and the Grumpy Stern wig. And I ordered something to go along with the Bro Grumpy wig. And it's taking Temu forever to ship it. Although, I have discovered, and I mentioned this before, just because it says local warehouse or local seller. Yes, the seller is local. The merchandise is in fucking China. And that's what happened with this item I ordered. I ordered it local seller, and then I get, the shipping information, and as soon as you see ready to go to customs or cleared for customs, you know the merchandise is coming from China. Now, a lot of local sellers are local. Like with the signs that I ordered. I showed you that one. the parking sign. And I ordered that like at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. And when I went in at 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning, it already said shipped. And then I had it in 2 days. It's amazing how fast they did that sign. Matter of fact, it's in here. I dropped something. Not important. All right, where is it? I ordered 3 signs. I got this one that says, private driveway, do not enter, no turnarounds. That was a stock. And this one says, reserve parking for Grumpy Old Man's VW Passat and Nissan shitbox only. Unauthorized vehicles will be towed. I got this one in 2 days. And then, you know, this one, got this in 2 days. All printed. This driveway is for parking of the Grumpy Old Man's vehicles only. Unapproved vehicles will have windows broken, tires flattened, set on fire, crushed, and hauled off as scrap at the owner's expense. Get my point across with this one. But it's amazing how fast they printed them 2 signs. And I ordered them from 2 different people. I don't know how they do it. Of course, you know, new technology, Jesus. Now I can't get them back in the envelope. Okay, there's one. Come on, get in there. There's 2. And the warning sign, 3. But just because it says local seller doesn't necessarily mean the merchandise is local. I'm waiting for 2 items coming from China. One to go with the Bro Grumpy wig. And, oh, they're nitrile work gloves for when I'm working on the car. It was a box of 50 pair. And the reason I ordered them is because they're extra long. 50 pair of nitrile work gloves, plastic, you know, throwaway. They were like $3.50. Now, if I go to the auto parts store, they want $10, $12, $14 for a box of gloves. So I ordered these. It's going on 2 weeks. Local seller. Well, yeah, the guy was local. The merchandise wasn't. Coming from a slow boat from China. So you got to watch your local sellers. Most of the time, I will get stuff in a reasonable amount of time. Now, once I order, I'll admit, I'm an impatient bastard. It's like I ordered it, where is it? I go in every day, look at my order. Where is it? Where is it? Although, I will tell you one thing. Pitching a bitch to GoFo about their tracking system, it's amazing. Now, I'm sure, maybe not, I called them and I voiced my opinion about their previous tracking system because it would say left regional hub, arrived regional hub, left regional hub, arrived at, shipping destination. What good does that do? I want to know where it is. Well, now, like the one item I got, the flashlights. I ordered them. It said, left regional hub, Chino, California. Arrived regional hub, Melrose, Indiana. Left Melrose, Indiana. Arrived shipping destination, Cleveland, Warrensville Heights. Now I know where it's at. When it gets to Warrensville Heights, the next day it says, out for delivery. Oh, man, I think I used every swear word in the English, Polish, Japanese, and Malaysian language. I said, what the hell good is it having a goddamn tracking system when you don't know where the shit is? And the woman was like, you don't have to be so animated. Animated? I said, you ain't fucking heard animated. Well, you don't have to swear at me, sir. I said, then revamp your fucking shipping system. People want to know where their item is. Left regional terminal. Regional terminal could be, in the island of Sumatra. Tell me where my shit is. And within a month, voila. Now you know where your package is every step of the way. And I'm still getting begging notices from uni, ding dong, delivery. Oh, damn it. This tablet, take two. Ding dong, delivery. Ding dong delivery. I laugh every time I hear that one. It's obvious the CEO was not a graduate of Harvard. Ding dong delivery. I hope they didn't have an employee naming contest. Hey, we'll go with Hop Singh's name. Ding dong delivery. Or, hey. Yeah. Their delivery people barely speak English. which is obvious by the email that I got that said our drivers are not well versed in the English language. Yep. They can't read it, they can't speak it. Especially when it says not front porch, side door only. In capital letters, not front porch. Where do I find a package? On the front porch. I guess they think I have several porches on this house. Well, let's see. Not front porch. I'll put here. Maybe this not front porch. Yes, it's not the front porch. Get out of the truck, look at the package. Not the front porch. This is not the front porch. Must have other porch. I put here. Side door. Maybe means slide door. Does door slide? Can tell. I put here. It's obvious they just deliver by number. That's it. Their GPS tells them the street. All they look for is the number. Okay. This number. I put here, take picture. I deliver to that number. Crazy American have lots of signs here. I take picture of signs too. Because I emailed them and I said, can you pull up the pictures of the signs? Isn't it embarrassing to place the parcel under the sign that says, do not leave package here? Oh, fancy green and white sign. I put package under fancy green and white sign. There we go. Deliver. I never did get an answer to that. Because I asked them, when their GPS tells them the street, do they just deliver by the number? No answer. Which is obvious. They can't fucking read English. Their GPS says you're on the correct street. And they just look for the 4 digits. That's it. Soon as the weather gets a little better, the big banner is going out front. Because I was looking today and I have to drill 2 holes in the scallop work on the awning in order to mount the address sign. Because my address is on the door. So when I put that full 36 by 72 inch banner, it'll cover up the address. So the address will be hanging just about a little above eye level. But it's got reflective numbers. And then they'll still put the package there and go, oh, look, he have big green sign. green must be yes. Put package here. Oh, I could imagine. Stand back and take a picture with that big banner and put the package on the porch. And then call them and go, can you pull up the pictures from my delivery? Yeah, hold on. Holy shit. Yep, that's what I said. And they are the only ones. Oh no, I take that back. I take that back. Yesterday, GoFo fucked up. I have to call them tomorrow. I forgot all about that. GoFo fucked up yesterday and put the package on the porch. I have to call them in the morning. I forgot all about that. I was so pissed off. I came in the house and, I grabbed a cup of coffee. I had to calm down. I was like, GoFo, you've been delivering to the side door. Perfect. You put it on the front porch? Because the label has GoFo. So you know who your delivery company is. Yeah. I was shocked. I was utterly shocked. Because it said delivered. I went to the side door. No package. Opened the milk chute. No package. I'm standing there going, no. They didn't put it on the front porch. So I hobbled out to the front porch. And there it was. And I said, has to be a new GoFo driver. Has to be. Because my packages, since I called the goddamn vice president of consumer affairs, have been going to my side door. Yep. I got to call him tomorrow and tell him to pull up package such and such number and look at the pictures. Got to be a new driver. Got to be. Cannot be the normal driver that delivers in this area because all the packages have been right where they belong. Because today, the flashlights were right there. I opened the door, there they were. I was like, oh, I got a package. 2 flashlights. But Thursday, Wednesday, today is, the fuck is today? Thursday? Has to be Tuesday. Today is Thursday. Tuesday. Oh, man, good thing I didn't call. I was so pissed off. I looked at the package, I went, GoFo? Can't be. Everything has been going to the side. How the hell did this end up on the front porch? I looked at the shipping label and it said, not front porch, side door only. Shipping label was right. So it had to be a brand new driver. that no understand English. Delivered by the number. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. They better be open tomorrow. Although, it's not like it used to be. Good Friday, a lot of places would close. I remember a lot of businesses would close. You always knew the Catholics or the Jewish people that were impersonating Catholics. Businesses were closed on Good Friday. Gofo better not be closed. Yeah, I think that was one of the things that kind of prevented me from calling when the top of my head was smoking. Because I figured it's got to be a new one. Some Asian fresh off the boat that needed a job. So they handed him a driver's license and then handed him a package to deliver. Because ever since I really blew my top, and like I say, the girl answered, and I asked for her supervisor, and then her supervisor didn't do me any good, and I said, I want the vice president of consumer relations. Oh, I don't think he answered his phone. I said, transfer me. Secretary answers, Joe Fabitz's office, Vice President, Consumer Affairs, Consumer Relations. I said, I have a complaint, and I only want to talk to him. I don't want you writing a note and handing it to him. Can I tell him who's calling? Yes, the grumpy old man, and I'm grumpy. Hold on. Joe Favitz. Joe? Grumpy here. Yes, Mr. Grumpy. Are you sitting down? Why, yes. Are you uninterrupted? No one in your office? Why, yes. Good, because now you're going to hear a complaint. And I unleashed on this guy. He was probably holding the phone out here. Holy shit, Jesus. Yeah. And then it was amazing. I got that text message that said, literally, we hire people that don't read English. They don't speak it. Their GPS is in Japanese or Chinese. What is it down there? Up here, I remember hearing Joe Fabitz's back when I was a little kid. It's definitely got to be a northern thing, but you'd think it would have filtered down by now with enough northerners moving that direction. I remember hearing it when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I've been saying it ever since. As a matter of fact, it's like the guy's a friend of mine. Hey, Joe Fabitz. Like Vinny Bombats, That's when I'm talking to my Italian friends. Man, Vinny Bombazza. If I can't think of a name, I use Jofa Beats. Like the Vice President of Consumer Relations, Jofa Beats. His name was probably Juan Cho. Matter of fact, his name was Chow. I guess I'm going to have to call the Chow guy again. Hey, are you the Chow man? Yeah. Are you ready? You know who I am. Oh, no, I speak to hundreds of people a day. Grumpy old man. Holy shit. Yep. What's the problem? Well, they don't get it because they think it's an actual person. Gee, I never met that guy. Does he live around here? Does he, like, come into the general store? Have coffee at the diner? No? Never heard of the guy. Joe Fabeats and Vinny Bombazza. I remember my grandfather saying Joe Fabeats, and one day I asked my grandmother, I said, does this guy Joe Fabeats live in the neighborhood? I'd never met him. Grandpa introduces me to everybody. She stood there and laughed. Joe Fabeats? Oh, Jesus. And then she walked away, and I'm like, what's so funny? Grandpa mentions him all the time, and I never met Joe Fabeats. She just looked at me, shook her head. And it took me several years to find out there was no such person. Yeah, up here, everybody gets it. Matter of fact, one day, Marianne, she was complaining about something, and she goes, yeah, this guy Joe Fabeats, give me a bunch of long-winded bullshit on the telephone. I said, really? Joe Fabeats? Nah, that wasn't his name. I can't think of his name. Joe Fabeats popped into her fucking head. Joe Fabeats. And if you're over in Polish Town, it's Joe Fabitzki. Joe Fabeats. Don't they have any people like that down south? You would think that would be kind of regional, you know. In the north, you got Joe Fabeats. Down south, you got, you know, Slim Watsabach or something. I don't know. I'll never forget the look on my grandmother's face. And your grandpa talks about Joe Fabeats all the time, but I never met him. He introduced me to everybody. There ain't nobody at the market named Joe Fabeats. Nobody comes in the hardware store named Joe Fabeats. I want to meet Joe Fabeats. He talks about him all the time. She just shook her head like, oh. This kid is losing it already. And it just stuck with me. Like it stuck with every northerner. Like I say, Marianne one day, this guy Coffe Beats on it. Really? You Coffe Beats? Oh yeah, it's either a first name or a middle name. Bubba Joe or Joe Bubba. Like John Boy and Jim Bob and... Holy cow, are you late? Holy shit, it's 10 after 9? Man, is your alarm late? And boy, did we go over tonight. Holy crap, I don't think we've gone this late in a long time. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun or talking about Coffe Beats. Oh, I'll feed you. Gee, you're late. Your belly alarm should have gone off half an hour, 45 minutes ago. You must have been in a deep snooze. Let me see what happens here. No reaction. Nothing? Nothing? Nothing. Just looking at me. Cut with the sound effects and feed me. Wow. Man, when I had that ringtone, you went berserk. All right, all right.
That's it, I'm through.
I have to feed the walking belly. He's standing here looking at me. Feed me. All right. It's been a fun Thursday night. Everybody take care. Thanks for being here and putting up with my goofy ass. And we will meet again tomorrow night right here, WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and an Oscar. Oscar. Not everybody gets these. Unless you know where to find it on Temu. Well, I gave it away. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. My computer screen just went berserker. All right. Have a good one. See ya.